CBB 555 just followed.
Hello. Okay. So, I made a little bit of a mistake and forgot to update all the stream information and make a new thumbnail for the YouTube stream. So that's what we're gonna do immediately. Also, thank you, CBB555, for the follow. I know who you are. Alright. Currently working on making stream thumbnail. Is that too big? Damn it. Stream thumbnail. Does that work? Awesome. Okay. First I need to open up creator dashboard on Twitch. Let's edit that first. Working on Okay, there we go. Everything is Alright. Everything should be good for the Twitch stream. Oh, gotta get Photoshop over here. Whoop. Alright. File. New. Nope, wrong aspect ratio. There we go, okay. Okay. Then I also need to update the YouTube stuff real quick. Let me just copy this. Awesome. Uh, 2D. Okay. All should be right in the world, except the thumbnail. So let's throw something together real quick. Okay. I have some like really stupid idea. What does this look like? Change the color. Meh. I like this better. What does the subtext look like? That's fine. Alright. I told you I have a stupid idea. Okay, wait. Now we're gonna do cursor formatting. What? A tab is that small? Aw, shucks. 1, 2. Project equals action platform, where I need to drag this text box over here. Okay, too big. How can I make this look silly? Alright. Just offset that a little bit. Ooh, this would be stupid. Okay. I think I have the perfect disaster. What else could I add? Alright, and then one equals 2D platformer. Okay. This is dumb. This is, like, really stupid. You know what they say, if you didn't plan something, fucking improvise. That's probably what they say, right? Just... What am I looking for? Looking for alignment. Window, align. No, wait. Just, why can't I do this? Why not? I'm panicking. Very awesome. Wait. Ooh, that doesn't work. We're just gonna get rid of that then, and put a colon, and then get rid of the semicolons, and that's all fine. It's a Python project. Because it doesn't even have typing, it doesn't matter. I don't know why I'm thinking so hard about this. I'm throwing this together in like 30 seconds. 2 minutes, maybe? It's fine. Okay. Quickly, quickly! Okay, save that as a Photoshop file. File. Export. Export as Wegley. Wegley. Okay, awesome. Export. Nope. Wrong folder. Okay. Stream thumbnails. Awesome. Incredible. Now I just gotta load that in, and oh, alright, there we go. Edit. And honestly, quite incredible. Okay, and now we're done. Okay. So yes, I'm going to be working on a new project. Ah! I need to change this. Designing game. Alright, so I'm going to be working on a new project. My basic plan for it is I want a 2D action platformer that I want to be fast-paced. So I'm just going to actually switch to my other screen. I got to do some adjustments. Give me a moment. Alright. Should be good. Yay. Perfect. Okay. Oops. That's on there. That needs to be moved. Let's just move all of you here. Okay. Here on that screen. See, it's okay. Perfect. Alright. SQL chats. Everything's good. I just need to make sure to keep my screen out of the way. Or my webcam. Alright, so my basic idea is I want a 2 the action platformer, right? But there are a lot of 2D action platformers out there. I'd say that Celeste is a 2D action platformer, but it's more of like a precision platformer. Katana Zero is a very good one. I haven't played, but there's like I think it's Pedro or something? But the basic gimmick and idea of the game is there are guns, and enemies will have guns, and they'll fire bullets. But when you get a gun, you're too cool to fire more than one bullet. You only need one bullet to kill the enemy. So each gun that you pick up, you only fire one bullet. So you can only fire one bullet per gun. So you can only fire a single bullet, and after that you throw the gun because you're too cool. This is how I'm justifying this in my head. Your character is too cool. They think that they're the hottest of shit, so they only fire one bullet and then they throw the gun. So you can throw the gun, and then after you throw the gun, you don't have the gun anymore, so you have to either pick up another gun to fire another bullet, or you can run towards the enemies and try to beat the gun out of them. Well, just punch them to death or punch and kick. This is a silly idea. This is an inherently like silly idea, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So if I make the movement fluid enough, then I think it's gonna work really well. You can... Yeah, so you only have one bullet. I want to be a fast-paced... I want to be fast-paced, and I want there to be really fluid movement. So... So, like, my basic idea is you would, like, run into, like, a facility or, like, a building or something, like Katana Zero or something, and then you try to get a gun, or you'd start with a gun or something, and then you would fire a bullet, throw that, and then try to chain that. So you get one gun, kill an enemy, you get their gun, you kill another enemy, you get their gun, and then just gotta keep the momentum going. And if you fuck up and you can't get a gun, then your fail-safe is you could punch them to death. But that's gonna be less effective. So it's gonna be, you gotta go in and just keep it rolling. You gotta keep snowballing. Otherwise you probably fucked. We should probably have like really, because this needs to be fast-paced. So it should probably be once you die, you can just immediately restart. And with a checkpoint system and everything. And then you probably need to die in one shot as well. I want to be really fast paced. Like Super Meat Boy or Super Meat Boy silly levels of fast paced. So for like player movement options and stuff, I was thinking, okay, fast-paced movement, only one bullet per gun. Let's explain that a little bit further. So, I'm gonna explain how guns would work. So, boop, boop, guns. So the way guns are gonna work is you only have one bullet per gun, so you can only fire one bullet. Only fire one time per gun. So you can only fire one time, and the second that you fire it, you're not out of ammo, because obviously there's more ammo in the gun, because it'd be silly to just put one bullet in the gun, but your character is too cool to use the other ammo. He thinks he's too good. So you fire your gun. It's like you gun. And then you fire the gun at the enemy. Well, then you're out of ammo. But they also have a gun. So you fire the gun. And then the enemy dies. Because they had a gun, you go grab their gun. So he dies. And then you pick up the enemy's gun. You pick up their gun, and now you have a gun. You can do it all again. But let's say that you don't kill the enemy. So let's say you just like fire your gun like a silly Billy, and you just fire it into the air because you're just a silly guy, you know. You're just doing silly things. Well then, shucks, there's a guy right here that's gonna murder your face off with a gun. What are you gonna do now? Well, guess what? Checkmate, motherfucker. You can throw the gun. Why not? Only fire one time per gun. Throw the gun. Throw. The gun. You can just throw it at him. Because guess what? What is he gonna do? Dodge the gun? Didn't think so. You can't dodge bullets, and you can't dodge the main character's incredible throws. You just throw the gun at him. You just toss the dang gun. And now he dies, and then he can go get his gun. Fire. Pick up enemy gun. Right? But what if you miss? Well, then you can just throw the gun. Throw the gun. You just throw it at him. He dies, and then you can go pick up his gun. And then you pick up the enemy gun. Okay, wait, no, I need to redraw that one. And now you pick up his gun. Dude, then you have a gun. You're good. Because he's dead. He's super dead. Pick up enemy gun. Alright, sure. And then, let's say that you're really silly. Like, you suck, alright? You mess up. You fire your gun. You miss. And then, if they're missing, so you fire your gun and you miss. Cause you're just getting a little bit silly, you know. and he's here with a gun. You miss gun. You miss shot. And what happens if you miss your throw? Well, then you're just screwed, right? What are you gonna do? So if you miss your throw, let's say you just throw it backwards. You're just maybe you're done. Maybe you're done with the system, and you actually just want to go in, just run in. Well, he sells a gun. He's gonna shoot you. This guy's gonna shoot you. That sucks, right? Miss throw. But you know, guns are overrated anyway. They're so overrated that we only fire one bullet. So why do we even need guns? We don't. Okay? You run up and you punch the guy, and then you get his gun. It's honestly a genius strategy. Pretty much works every time, except when you get shot. Well, then you die. Tonight, you don't have a gun, but he has a gun. Well, what do you do? You punch him to death, you run at him. You just run towards him. And then guess what? You punch him to death. Brawlic fists. And he drops his gun. This is his fist. This is not a good representation. Okay, and you throw a punch. Punch him. You just punch him. Punch. Right? Punch. To not punch to getting monetized. It's fine. You punch him. So yeah, that's the basic, this is the basic concept. Oh my goodness, I need to get all of it in frame. There we go. But you can, oh my goodness, why can't you guys see the cursor? There we go. Now you can see it. Why can't you see it when, what? That's weird. Okay. You can fire your gun and then pick up the enemy's gun, but if you miss, then you can throw your gun and then kill the enemy and then get his gun. But if you miss your shot and your throw, you're just a bumbling buffoon. Then what do you punch him to death? Where you run up and you murder him in cold blood and then steal his gun. It's genius. Not really. This is silly. This is such a silly idea, but I think it would be a lot of fun to make. And because the whole concept is so silly, and I have to add to the premise that your character is just so cool or something that he doesn't actually want to fire more than one bullet, I need to figure out a way to explain that. I can just make the story kind of bonkers and crazy. And that'd be a lot of fun. I'm not a particularly good writer in any regard, but I feel like I can make a slightly compelling, silly story, and if I would to like add some other stuff to it, then I totally can. So like, what movement options are we gonna have? How are we gonna close the gap? Well, I need to zoom back in. That is my macro for zoom. Okay. Movement. So like obviously the player can like jump. Or like move left or just put jump first. So, you know, they can jump. Which would just, you know, send them vertically up. There. I'm gonna make this a smaller box. Like this. There we go. Okay. Players on the ground. They input jump. And then they go up. Right, and then they go down. And then they go down. No, some nuances with jumps. There are actually quite a few nuanced jumps, which I'll explain more when we're actually programming Ephi, but jumps are kind of complicated, and you can add a lot of nuance to them. So, there's obviously like a basic jump, but basically all jumps can be mapped on like parabola, or a curve of some kind. So, a normal jump, if you were to just add force to the player and then let them fall, it would just be a... So wait, let me just go like up here. So, way up here. Way up. Okay, so like jumps. Right? So, jumps can be a little bit complicated. So like a normal jump, just a standard jump. So like a standard jump would have a jump parabola like this, or like that ish. So the player would go, they would go up and they would go down, but I just realized that I can actually use these dots as my thing. So it's like a standard jump parabola, right? But we can get a little bit creative with it. So you can add something that I like to call, I don't think it has a name really, it probably does. It's like a low jump multiplier. So the way that I implement it is when the player is, so like, low jump mult. So you can have like a low jump multiplier. Multiplier. And how I do it is, if the player is pressing the button, then they'll go higher, or their fall speed will be higher. Not their fall speed will be higher. The gravity on them will actually be lower, but if they let go, then the gravity, the force pulling them down, will be greater. So let's say that I like press the button, hold it the entire time. I'm gonna be in the air longer, so I'm gonna have a like longer, like a bigger parabola. So it would be like this. You're gonna have more of something like that, where like you're in the air for longer. Alternatively, if they jump and then like, let's say they let go at the peak of their jump, then it'll actually be like this. They're gonna fall down a lot faster because they let go. Then, like if we just Can I color code this? Is that an option? This. Oh my goodness, I have so many color options. I'm actually overwhelmed with choice. What is my choice right now? That is my choice. Okay, that is what I'm using. Yes. Okay, let's go like here. So if they hold it, it's gonna have something like that. But if they just oh my goodness, this color wheel is so cool. I didn't know it was a thing. But if they hold it and then let go, it's gonna fall down a lot faster. It's gonna look like kind of like this, to where it's warped or leaning towards one side, to where it's just gonna fall super fast. Because they let's just go like here. So they're holding it this entire time versus holding it for like until here. Hold. Ding. Jump. So they hold it for like this long, and then in this part they're actually going to be falling like the entire time. It's because they're going to have a higher multiplier. So this whole part of the graph is them just falling super fast. Okay. This can be, and they can augment their jump in many different ways. So let's say that, let's go like, nope, that's like the exact same as it was. I have not used blue yet, but I need, where are you? C0. Let's get another line. Let's get blue. Like you, I like you. Yeah, okay. So if they're holding it like a little bit. Okay, sure. So if they're holding it from like here to here, and then they hold it again from like, that fell off pretty hard, but like let's say that they hold it from like here to here, and they hold it from like here until they fall. So like this. Then they wouldn't fall as fast as this person, but they also wouldn't like land at they would land later than the green line, but they would land faster than the orange line. Those are the words I'm trying to say. So it would be like, oh, well, they're and maybe like that. Like, wait, it's less, a little more, and like that. So it's not like this like super hard drop like with this one, but they get a lot of momentum and then they let go and they start losing it faster, and then they hold again, and then that attack angle or like tangent line, average rate of change, which should actually be a secant line, but that doesn't matter. The average rate of change is going to be a lot less than this, but this is going to be like way more, because they're holding it the whole time. Yeah, that's what happens when you actually implement a like higher fall multiplier or higher gravity when they let go. The first game that did this was like Super Mario Bros. the original Super Mario Bros. Had a system pretty similar to this. I don't know if this is how they implemented it, but the concept, this has a similar effect. Because if you guys actually play the original Mario Bros., the one for the NES, if you hold down the button, you'll be in the air for longer, but if you let go part way through, you'll fall down. Which, if I were to guess, they're using a system similar to this. And then... is it C1 or C0? C0, definitely C0. Alright. That's not the right color. Wait. Is it T? What are you? It's fine, I don't really care. Another thing you can do, is this all jumps? Yeah, so it's also like coyote time. Coyote time. Which the term comes from the Looney Tunes character Wile E. Coyote, to where he would like run off a cliff and then stay in the air for a little bit and then fall. Not exactly how it works in games. Usually what it actually means is so like the player would be able to step a little bit off and then be able to jump. The reason that we do that is because it makes the player feel like they're more in control, even though they didn't input it at the correct time. It actually feels like it's more responsive, which is really counterintuitive, but let's just add a little graphic for that. So, like, this would be an example of not coyote time. So the player would just fall in this scenario, like they're already dead. Like they would just fall even though they pressed it. So pressed jump. They're still gonna fall. But over here, if we go back to a color like this, if we have coyote time, so this would be no coyote time. If I can get a red color to signify that, where are my reds? So, no coyote time. And coyote time. So this is what happens if you do have coyote time. Something more like, well, they press jump. Pressed jump. Like, the game knows they're not grounded. Like, they're not on the ground, but they can still jump. So their momentum would actually be like this instead of down. So if you have coyote time, even if the player's off, just for like a fraction of a second, like usually like, I usually set it to like 150 milliseconds, the player can still jump, and then they'll gain momentum instead of just falling and dying. What other fun things are like this? We have coyote time, low jump multiplier. Ooh, input buffering. So that's another thing that can make a game feel a lot more responsive. So Input buffering. I'm running out of space, so we're just going to go like laterally, like over here. So, input buffering. All right. Let's make 2 scenarios again. One with no input buffering and with input buffering. So let's say that this is like a frame. So this is frame, let's just say like 321. So this is frame 321. And on frame 321, the player so in 2 separate scenarios, these 2 players, they are both moving down and then they input jump. Jump input. I'm just gonna write player input jump. Player inputted jump. So on frame 321, the frame that I currently just drew what we're looking at, the player pressed the jump button. Now, if they do not have input buffering, then they are going to just fall. The player is literally just going to fall down and then stay here. But if there is input buffering, then the player is going to fall, and then the game is going to read the buffer and realize, oh, the player inputted jump like a few frames ago, or something. It can be like 100 milliseconds, 150 milliseconds, sometimes 200 milliseconds, so that's kind of a little bit too much. If you add it too much, then the player will press the button, and then they'll jump when they like land half a second later, and that feels really wrong. And that can also make them like eat inputs. Like sometimes they'll accidentally like spam twice, and they land, and they jump again, and then they're screwed. So if they do have input buffering, then this player, what did I just do? Okay. And then this player is actually going to go back up. They're gonna go right back up because they inputted jump. Just gonna write that down there, and then yeah, they're gonna go right back up because the input buffer read their input. Other things. One thing that you can add for like platformers that are not like super open, to where they're going to be things above the player. I don't know what this is actually called. I'm just gonna call it like bump shift. That's what I'm gonna call it. Head bump shift. Edge bump shift? Edge bump shift, yes. Edge bump prevention. That's what we're calling it. That's what we're going with. Alright, so let's say that a player is in like kind of a tight space, go to 2 scenarios again. Alright, let me draw this out. No edge bump prevention with edge bump protection. They're the same color, right? Nope. That's roughly. So let's say that our player is trying to like jump on the edge and try to move. They want to move over here. Like they're trying to jump this way, right? If there is not edge bump protection, then what will happen is they'll jump and then they'll actually get stopped right here and it'll kill all of their momentum. Let's change to a different red that looks the exact same. Okay. If I just keep going through colors, something's gonna look right. Yeah, so their momentum will get cut off there, which feels horrible. It just doesn't feel good, and you curse at the game designer or the level designer for putting a roof right there when you need to make a precise jump. But instead, what you can do is, instead of just stopping them there, because that feels bad, we just discussed that. Oops, sorry. You can just shift the player a little bit. You can just teleport them a little bit right, and then keep their momentum going. So what this would look like is the player would like hit their head here and then get shifted over to here and then keep going. Because that way, if they're like on the edge of something, like on the edge, and they try to make a jump, they're not just going to die or fall into the hole. Because what would actually probably happen in this scenario is after the momentum got cut off, they're going to fall. They're just going to, because they're still holding right. So they're just going to fall into the pit and die a horrible death. We don't want that. We don't want our players to feel that they unfairly were killed. It's not good. People don't like it in their games. Okay, there's a very specific genre of games that is entirely built around that, but we're just gonna pretend that doesn't exist for a second. But this will help with these scenarios. We may not implement this into the game we're currently working on, because it is an action platformer, and it doesn't really need super precise movement, but we'll see. If I run into scenarios that are like this, like where there are a roof and a floor like right next to each other, then this is going to be super useful, but we'll see. What other platformer design knowledge can I instill in you guys? There's like different level design techniques, but that's specific to the kind of game you're making and not really general. I think that's pretty much it. If I can't think of too many other things. Alright, I got super sidetracked. Just zoom out and yeah. So back to movement. Back to movement. So the player has the jump, obviously. Jump with low jump, multiplier, and coyote time. And maybe uh edge bump protection question mark. Okay. And then I also want some other movement options. So why don't we add like well, first we need probably like moving left or right. Like the player can obviously move left or right. Left, right, movement. But what if they could also like go down and slide? So if the player's like running along, they could slide if they hold like down. That'd be fun. So they can slide, and maybe they could also roll. So while they're in the slide state, they can actually roll, and they get iframes, and they'll go through enemies. That would be an interesting mechanic. That'd be fun to experiment with. Um, yeah, why not? So, player can can. All right, so let's just say the input down. So, input down. Just input down arrow. Crouch. That's how you spell crouch, I think. Then they'll get a little bit smaller. And they can move while crouching. They'll get like stretched out. They move down, they crunch. Uh, yeah, stretch them out a little bit. They get like, they move down, they get stretched. And they can also crouch walk. So while crouching, they can move left or right. They can like move left or right. But if they're going fast, then they can slide. Alright, so let's say that the player's like booking it, like they're going like super fast, moving fast. Then they can slide. Moving fast, input down. Then they'll crouch and keep their speed and start moving super fast. Crouch. And keep momentum. keep momentum. This will keep their momentum. That's cool. That's cool. And then if they're sliding, then they can roll. So if they're sliding, then sliding, and they'll keep. Oh, I accidentally wrote it twice. Okay. Players sliding, and they're moving super fast, and then they input roll. Input roll. Well, then they get some iframes. Get iframes. And they start rolling. While keeping their momentum. But let's say that they didn't have any momentum, like they were just crouching. L, hello. How is it going? Alright, so let's say that the player, so just to quickly explain what I'm doing. I'm working on a 2D action platform, and I was just explaining what I want to do. I want it to be fast-paced and with fluid movement, and the player can only fire one bullet per gun. So I want guns to be a mechanic. I was discussing like different jump stuff, and now I'm discussing movement. So movement options are going to be jump, moving, obviously, crouching, crouch walking, sliding, and then rolling. And to quickly explain the combat, the player can fire the gun, obviously. If they miss, then they can throw the gun and then pick up an enemy's gun because they only have one bullet. And then if they miss a shot, they miss their throw, and they could run towards the enemy and try to beat the gun out of them and then get the gun. So if they're moving fast, or if they're not moving fast, and they roll. So crouching, and they input roll. (2D ultra kill? Hell yeah. And they input roll, then they should probably get a little bit of momentum. So they're crouching, and they input roll. Then we're going to give them iframes. And give them a little bit of momentum. So roll the player around, give them a little bit of momentum, which direction they're inputting. We can also have like, should we have a spot dodge? We could probably have spot dodge. Putting roll and moving. Then you can get like a little bit of momentum. And give iframes. Give iframes. And increase their momentum. And then if they're not moving, one moment. Okay. Oops. Everything good there? Okay, good. Okay. So if they're not moving, excellent. But crouch here, probably put crouch walk, crouch, walk. Now if they're just crouching, if they're just sitting there. Just bought my computer, so damn happy. Fuck Best Buy, I could have gotten it cheaper if they didn't screw up my address. Yeah, did you buy a pre-built computer? Or, well, it's Best Buy, so probably, but, or did you buy like the individual parts and put it together yourself? Okay, so if they're crouching. In the input rule. Input rule. They just need to like spot dodge. Then give them I got a pre-built mainly because one, I don't got the time, and two, Best Buy is local, so if I have their warranty, then I can just walk in with my computer rather than just shipping it. Well, fair enough. How did I get your address wrong? That's messed up. I usually build my own computers whenever I need to upgrade. Like the one I'm running on to stream this is currently not a pre-built. It's like a Corsair case. I got a 1060 Ti in there, a 5600X, Ryzen 5600 or Ryzen 5 5600X, but so they're gonna spot dodge, which there's gonna be given iframes, so I'm just gonna put next over them. Let's put like lines to show they're intangible. Should do that here too. Okay. Spot dodge. Give iframes. Okay, and then don't change the momentum. I like this so far. We probably got enough to go into Unity and then start messing with stuff. Yay. Need to move my mic over here. Grab all my stream stuff and move to the other side. Okay, open up Obsidian. And new note. Prototype to do. Let's switch to the main screen. All right. So for the gun slash firing, so firing, I'll just put guns. Guns, I need to implement. That's good. Aiming the gun. Aiming gun. Firing gun. Throwing gun, and then punching. So I'm actually gonna mark this. Basic combat. Basic combat. And then we gotta get movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Movement. And left, right. Movement. Good morning, Bear. Although it's pretty late in the afternoon at this point. Me not smart enough to pre-build one. Mine's like 8 years old and is currently a GTX 1060, 3GB processor, is a i7 8700 CPU, moving to an AMD Ryzen 5 7600 and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4060. The motherboard is a Frost Breath, so I'm praying to God the Ryzen doesn't burn everything. You should be fine. It really depends on your like cooling system, not the motherboard, but shush, I went to bed at 5 a.m. It is my morning. Yeah, okay, you know, fair enough. The world disagrees with you, but that's alright. But yeah, you don't really need to be like super technical to build a computer anymore. It's mostly just like Legos, and if you know how to follow a tutorial, you should be okay. But a pre-built one is always a good option, especially because you have the warranty now. It's always morning everywhere. It's morning somewhere in the world. Ah. Okay, so left-right movement. Jump. Crouch. Crouch. Walk. Slide. Slide. Roll. Moving. Roll. And then spot. Dodge. You only have to be super technical when you want to start overclocking or combining parts with questionable compatibility. Yeah, that's where it starts to get a little bit complicated. Even overclocking now is like, it's getting a lot easier. There are a lot more like pre-built systems for doing it. And a lot of parts are like advertising their overclockability in their software, which is nice. Okay, then I also need silly Unity stuff, which you have to do every project anyway. Unity stuff. Create project, set up file system, file structure. Set up Unity input system. What else do I have to do at the start of a project? I'm trying to think. It should be pretty much it. Gun. I probably should start with movement before I mess with anything involving the gun. Art. Yeah, most motherboards don't have. Most motherboards have auto overclocking, but it won't get you very far. Don't forget to add make mini game breaking bugs art. You know, we're just gonna use like boxes and circles, like base Unity shapes for a little bit, and then when I feel like it, I'll mess with the art, but not right now. Okay. Let's open Unity up. And the making game breaking bugs just kind of comes to the territory. I actually don't have to do anything. It just happens. It's awesome. Right. New project. What is the newest stable there? Okay. My URP is broken, so it's gonna, nope, don't do that. And to be named 2D action platformer. Why is it broken? I have no idea. It just is. It just doesn't work. Here's the URP version that Ted. Yeah, mine just doesn't work. Like, the preset is broken. It doesn't work properly. It doesn't do processing. It doesn't, like, I was having, like, it was crashing Unity. It was just a bunch of problems, so I'm not messing with it. I'll import my own. Okay. And I can't create the project. Why? I have to select a... What? You suck. Why? You can update it? I don't care. That's it. I'm too lazy to. URP is easy to set up, and each time I need to refamiliarize myself with settings anyway, so I don't wanna. That's the real answer. My music stopped. There we go. That's open. There we go. Okay. Also, anyone you currently chatting, you can edit your stream avatar in the description of the stream. You scroll down, exit full screen mode, scroll down, you should see the stream avatars extension widget thing, and then you can edit your stream avatar. Now we gotta play the waiting game. There you go. You're ice climbers now. Awesome. A game and watch. You like waiting? Do you like waiting? Is this why you're Unity dev? For those who don't know, Bear is a fellow Unity dev. I don't know. Why do we develop in this horrible thing? I'm actually thinking about like moving to GameMaker. If I'm gonna prototype the project in Unity, then I might move it to GameMaker. Cause I want to learn it. It'd be fun. You're a 5M developer. You're also that, but 5M is a disaster. 5M is such a disaster. I can't believe that the GTA modding community is so big with how absolutely flashbang. With how absolutely horribly jank 5M is. For those who don't know, 5M is the GTA 5, like the biggest modding framework. It's actually owned by... Who owns GTA? It's owned by the company that owns GTA, that made GTA. Rockstar. Without the T. Yeah, them. Alright. I'm gonna move this. I need to keep it on smaller. That's fine. Okay. Great project! Done! Set up file structure. This is the most enthralling part. I get to rename a bunch of folders. Isn't that awesome? Okay, folder. Well, scripts. Great. Folder. Prefabs. Great. Folder. What other things do I need? I usually need like an art folder. And then like a sound folder, but those will usually come later. Just get a mist folder in here. Okay. I always do this, so rename to prefabs should probably be next. 3, 4, 5. Nope, that's 6. 5, F6. It's like Unity in waiting for fixes for system breaking, but what? Oh, they take years to come out instead of months. And you have to pray for your user base updates. Their clients. Yeah. Unity's pretty jank. Unity's kind of jank. I feel like all engines are kind of jank, though. That's okay. We got their tools. Although you can't... Unity's harder to mess with than other tools. Because they... Like, by mess with, I mean, like, edit. They're not open source, they don't really... You can have plugins and tools, but yeah, that's about it. Unity, at least you control the version control. I hate Unity version control. It's like fine at best. It always has problems. Every time. Yeah. Round. Actually gonna go to like Adobe Color Picker. Adobe Color. Yes. Nope, nope. And we'll just pick like a color palette. Pick something kind of desaturated. I don't like these complementary. Display complementary. Sure, I like that. It's a little bit more saturated. Let's copy this. It can be the ground color. Background color. Maybe like this. Wow, that's not easy to see. I think I'm actually gonna just change this to white. Back to white. I'm actually gonna change the main color to that is the same color. Change it to this. Bungle House Blue? What in the world is Bungle House Blue? Bungle House Blue. This is a real color. Bungle House Blue. Historic color paint. Sure, we can use some Bungle House Blue. What is the hash for Bungle House Blue? Bring this in Photoshop. And wait 20 million years for it to open. It opened my other monitor. Come on.
Zaire just followed.
How in the world do you say your name? Zaire? Thank you for the follow. I cannot pronounce it, I'm sorry. Okay, wait. I have the color. I have it. Awesome. Bungle House Blue. How does that look on the ground? How does Bungle House Blue yet look? It doesn't particularly work in the scene. It's like Zaire. Exir? Windows Shift C, open the color. Wait, what? What are you talking about? What is this? Oh, Exir. Okay. Well, thank you for the follow, Exir. Alright. Windows Shift C. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's a Windows-made tool? It's not real! Color picker. I can't Windows Shift C, that doesn't do anything. I'm not windlocked. No, I'm not. Remastered before that? Get Power Toys, please? Oh. No. No. No, I don't think I will. Back to what we were doing. For the Bungles House Blue incident. It's a good color, though. Too much effort? Yeah, exactly. He gets me. Let's use this color for the player. So I need to move the ground a little bit. And scale on the X, scale on the Y. Move it down more. Let's get a player sprite, which is just going to be a square. Nope. Layer. How's this look? Pretty good. All things considered. Okay, we got a huge platform to play with. Use it all the time. Don't worry, I'll do it for you. No, no, no. You don't get your grimy hands in my PC. Okay. Rigid body, 2D. A box collider. I didn't set up the... Oh. Don't need to physically touch it. What are you planning? What are you planning? What did I add the box? I added it to the camera. Oops. Box collider. Okay, that should cover everything. Awesome. File structure's done. Now I gotta set the Unity input system. Mean scripts. First I got to project settings. That's not the one. Project manager. Yes. Unity registry. Input system install. Can find Windows vulnerabilities for remote code execution. You can get good money for that. I feel like Microsoft pays a lot if you find a vulnerability, especially one that can do that. You get like probably at least $100,000. You see, that's true, but think about how you wouldn't get arrested if you did the right thing. Just think about that for a moment. Prison kind of sucks. Or it looks like it kind of sucks. I've been thinking about getting more into like offensive security and stuff. Because like the human aspect of it is really fun for me, but I don't know anything about the like computer aspect. Like speaking of offensive security, I had to go to the hospital for one of my... Oh my goodness. Wait, no! What did I just do? Who did I time out? Who did I time out? Oh no, wait. How do I undo that? Slash... How did I do that? I accidentally pressed a button. No! Bear! Unrestrict? Northwestern Bear. Did that work? Is there untime out? Untime out, yes. Northwestern Bear. That is your username, right? If you're still timed out, please text me on Discord and give me your username. I accidentally pressed... There's a timeout button. Wait. I need to show this. Okay, so here's my stream setup. It's right here. There's a ban and timeout button. I don't want access to that. I accidentally clicked on your name. I should not. Okay, the timeout. No, I'm no longer timed out for 10 minutes. My bad. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Hey, look at that. The whole fiasco, the input system was installed. That's good. Sorry about that, man. No, control schemes. Doesn't matter. Although I should actually add control schemes. Keyboard plus mouse. Keyboard plus mouse. Or keyboard, nope. Or virtual mouse. These are required. They should be required. What? Why can't I change this? Yeah, they're required. Sure. Can I add an optional one? Yes. Okay, awesome. Mouse. Virtual mouse. Optional. Save. Like to autosave this asset. Yes. If you want to learn digital offensive security, we should enter a CTF together and learn such practice. I don't even know what a CTF is. I'm gonna be 100 with you, okay? What would be the best way to do this? I need to... Okay, just movement. Do most of the mouse right now. Could I just do horizontal movement? Because what you used to do is you used to just take, like, the horizontal axis, which is A and D. Value horizontal movement. This might end up being a total hassle, but that's okay. Pass through, and just delete that. Positive and negative binding, yes. AD. Stands for capture the flag. They're ethical hacking competitions held to practice finding and exploiting common vulnerabilities. Sure, why not? That'd be fun. It's gonna be A, keyboard, and then positive, so it'll be B. Although that's not gonna... No, that would be positive and negative, that should be fine. Yeah. One. Which side wins? Neither. Good. That should be fine, that should just be good. How am I gonna do that, though? That should be fine. Okay, yeah. Then I need a down. Which is gonna be S. Now I need jump. Which is gonna be either W or space. Alright. That works good. It's auto-saved. Awesome. Check that off the list. Okay, first up, we gotta deal with these two. Just gonna add some low jump multiplier. Low jump gravity multiplier. If you don't know what these means, I'll explain them as I'm implementing, so it's fine. Just don't worry about it. And edge, bump, prevention. Okay. Okay. There are two varieties, one that's always on mainly for teaching, and one that's on for specific period that are actually competitions, often with monetary prizes. Why not wolf time, discriminating against wild animals? Shush. Okay. This is what we as the like game design community decided on. Coyote time. It's a good name. It's like Wildly Coyote. Why are you getting on the Looney Tunes creators, okay? Ask Warner Bros, not me. I don't think I actually applied the script. One moment. They should respond in a timely manner, right? Multi-million-dollar companies love responding to random Twitch messages. City boys being city boys. Okay, well, I need to do a couple things. So if you're ever... So in Unity, rigid bodies can be either discrete or continuous. Discrete means that it will check every other physics frame, which is every 0.4 seconds, or 400 milliseconds. Continuous is every single physics frame, which is 0.2 seconds, or 200 milliseconds. If you want precise movement, or like collisions, you're going to want to use continuous. If you don't use continuous, then sometimes you will fall through things or move through things if you're going too fast, and they're too thin. So, for a player, you always want to set it to continuous. Should probably also freeze the rotation. Okay, it should be good. Like that. Unfortunately, I don't appear to have a Twitch account. Too much speed. I'm too thin, but not fast. Okay. Anyways. Basic movement. Why is this? What's your problem? This is not how you format headers? Am I losing my mind? Oh wait, no, this is the problem. Public float. Yeah, that was it. Max move speed. Public float. Move inter. I also need to start using the input system using the engine input system. And then player input. In the start function, I need to define that. Just get the component. Input action, that's going to be, what did I call this? Horizontal movement. I'm just going to rename it to horizontal. Horizontal input. Input action, nope, not vertical input. Jump. Input. Input action down input. Alright, just gotta define these. So, horizontal input is going to equal player input dot actions. Is it like this? I'm trying to remember. You actually format this. Stop yelling at me. Is it like this? No. Maybe? Is it like this? Will you stop getting mad at me? Is it like this? It's like this! Because of course it is. Awesome. I don't understand why it's like this. Silly formatting. Horizontal. So right now I'm just trying to actually get access to the input maps that we just set. So this stuff right here, that's what I'm getting right here. Jump input equals player input dot actions. Womp womp indeed. Okay. Jump. And then down input. Yeah. Okay. Now we get to do... Excuse me. Okay. Private. Void. Sure, I'd love a helpful tip. If your tip is copy and paste my code, I am gonna lose my mind. Gotta save those strokes! You wasted like a quarter of a second there, I can't believe you. Never go low enough level in graphics, you need to directly work with DDS. Okay, it's not that tip, thank you. Yeah, I don't plan on ever using DDS. If I ever do, then probably not gonna be too fun. Horizontal input. So the way that the Unity input system works, you can actually create functions that are events to where whenever the input is pressed or inputted, whatever, it'll call the function, which is really nice. So, for instance, I could do horizontal input plus equals horizontal input. Nope, wait, that's not right. Dot performed. So, this is just saying, what is your problem? Yep. So what this is just saying is, when the horizontal input is performed, then call this function. And we can do that for jump input to jump input dot probably press, what are you, oh, oops, dot started. Notice I would need performed. Plus equals jump input. Oh, actually, I need two. I need started, and then I need cancel. Jump input started, and then jump input canceled. Jump input dot canceled plus equals jump input canceled. It's currently erroring because these don't exist, but then down input dot performed. I also need started and canceled. Okay. Down input started and down input dot canceled plus equals down input canceled. So this is gonna do is whenever the jump input is started, I'm just gonna call this function. So I need to make this function. But so jump input started. And you're gonna see that, yep, now it's actually referencing the function, it's not erroring anymore. And canceled. Do the same thing with down. So down, down. Alright, I'm copying my own code. Are you happy? Are you proud of me, Bear? Cancelled in cancel culture. I'm just programming, man. I didn't do anything wrong. Okay. I also need access to the rigid body, so private rigid body 2D RB. I'm going to assign that. Okay. I'm tempted. I am very tempted to actually just assign variables. I shouldn't do this. This is a bad idea. But I really want to just boop. Oh god, everything's good. I can just call assign variables here. Doesn't that read so much nicer? It's so much, it's way more readable. It's nice. And I can extract a function here. Extract method. New method, yes, do that. Do it! Do it! Set. Oh. Input. Events. Isn't that just so nice? I only have 2 lines here. And it sets all the events here. I'm keeping it. Can't stop me. Started reading clean code, which changed my perspective on pretty much nothing except code. But yeah, it's a book that emphasizes a lot more readability and a lot less like functionality, because if you can maintain your code, that's gonna be more functional. Which I like. I like that thought. Okay, so horizontal input. Yeah, that's grade 8. Private variable here. A private int. Move. Did you know that a cat? What? Did you know that the cat do that? Cat. I do now. Okay, so you broke him. I could not read that. There's too many cats. If context does no, not get tab. Read value, yes. Read value. Int. It. Type is greater than. Equals 1. Wait, no, this wouldn't work. I needed to read a float because if I'm doing. I need to plan ahead for controller support. So if it's greater than 0, what is the problem? What? There we go. Okay. Else if that's not what I want. Why is it not auto formatting? What? What is wrong with this? Oh, I'm just losing it today, I swear. There we go. If it's less than 0, and then else, which would be if it equals 0. Then move dirt equals 1. Nope. It needs to be a float again. It equals this. Why am I doing it this way? I don't need it to do anything like this. I can just... There we go. That's the entire function. That's all it needed to be. Alright, so if the input started, then I need to set a bool. Or let's just test if this works. This should work, right? Let's just print move there. Okay. So we should just get a value. Okay, that's not good. I forgot to set up the input. Input. Player input. Alright. And this needs to be set to player. And that is the default scheme. Auto switch, yes. Awesome, okay. That's awesome, okay. So now it is displaying the value. Let's quickly just add a oh wait, that's not what I want. Delete, yes. How do we set something to a certain scheme again? Always forget how to do this. Oh wait, no, I'm silly. Wait. Gamepad. And then just gamepad. Any gamepad. Save. That's a problem. Wait, no it's not, that's fine. Add binding. And then go to gamepad, and... Can I... wait. Okay. Positive and negative binding. I wonder if this works. Why wasn't this giving me... What? No, not button. What? These are buttons. Yes. This can be value. This can also be value. That can be any. Should be fine. This is the button. This should probably be a button. Where's button? Where are you? Yeah, button. Okay. Then I can set this to... Yes. Okay, awesome. such as the Gamepad X. And I need to grab my controller. It's out here. Oh, right here. Okay. Oh, I have it neatly wire managed. Is there a way that I can just like pull a little bit out? Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Okay, awesome. Let's plug this into here. My keyboard has USB ports, which is very nice. Very convenient for plugging stuff in fast. Well, I don't think the transfer speed's incredible. Which doesn't surprise me at all, but... Alright. And then if someone truly feels like it, then they should probably be able to use the D-pad. That was the D-pad. Oops. Alright, either way, that works. Perfect. I feel like I'm reading Egyptian hieroglyphics. Oh yes, special weather warning. Let's go. Stay safe. Alright. I don't know where you live, but the weather's been pretty crazy recently. I live in Alaska, and yeah, the weather's been kind of bonkers. Okay, then, wait. What did you say, Bear? Okay, then Windows built-in image processing libraries are weird converting from DDS. I'm going from DDS. I have to force it to include sRGB data, even though there isn't any in the DDS file. What? When re-importing it to DDS, I have to force it to ignore the data. I love living in Alaska for basically my entire life. Well, hey, if you enjoy it, it's good. It's good. Okay. This should work. Yeah, programming's hard. It's gonna look like hieroglyphics for a little bit, and then you're gonna start understanding. It works. So look, it's just a little bit. So if I just input a little bit, then you see here, it's giving a fraction or a decimal instead of just 1 or 0. So that's a problem. It's not going back to 0. Which, how you fix that is you create a dead zone. So, how do you create dead zones in the Unity input system again? I know that there's a way. I just don't remember how. Scale stick dead zone. Well, that was easy. Max? What? Uh... Okay, that should be good. And now we should be getting, like, so yeah, fully 1, 0, fully 1. And then, oh wait, what does the dead zone do if I go, like, that should be fine, right? Let's actually do like 1, 5. Why is it? No, I don't want to use default. Now when I go not all the way, it should input the full value, yes. And then when I just move it just a tiny bit, it's still getting input. Maybe I need to change it. It's always in here. It's always in here. It'll never not be in here. All right. Change the dead zone. Let's change this like 0.2. That should be good. Why didn't it save? That's weird. Wait. Did you save? Did now. Okay. Alright. And... don't think the dead zone's working. Hmm. That's not good. Is it? It might be. Access dead zone? Is that what I need? I don't know what this does, to be honest with you. What is the default? Have you considered just making it work? Well, only if I thought of that. I would have, you know, I would have, but now that you thought of it, I can't steal it from you, so best of luck just making it work for you. I couldn't possibly steal your idea. It'd be wrong. Okay. This should work. This should be okay. Right? Certainly. What if I change this to like 0.8? Just to see if it's working. Steal my ideas for myself all the time, so it's fine. I feel like it's a little bit different. Like, it is your idea. Okay, wait. 0, and it's like 80%. Okay, it does work. I was just gaslighting myself into thinking it wasn't working, but it totally was, so that's fine. Okay, change like 0.9. That's fine. I could just add in the settings menu later. If I even use Unity. God, I've been thinking about using GameMaker. GameMaker changed their pricing completely. If I can find it real quick. GameMaker pricing. Yeah, they completely changed it. It's awesome. Now there's a free version for non-commercial use. And you can make an entire game for free. And then export to desktop, web, and mobile. As long as you're not making any money off of it, this is completely fine. So if you guys want to get into game dev and try to use GameMaker, which is a relatively easy language to learn, because the syntax is like, it's kind of Python-y, but it's its own thing. And then if you want to actually make money off your game, you just have to pay $100. And if you ever want to do console exports, well then it's like $800 a year or $80 a month, but that's not bad. Like, actually, that's pretty good. But 3D? Well, if you're trying to make 3D games, you're not going to be using GameMaker. But for 2D pixel art, it's pretty good. I love one-time purchases. Yeah, all the subscription models are kind of a bummer. It's a really good way to make money. Like, companies are doing it for a reason, because they make a lot of money off of it, but it just sucks for everyone else. We're getting so many more subscription services, like, oh my goodness. The huge boom with streaming services just blows me away. Now, Netflix is, like, their stock is going down a little bit because their market share is lessening. But, I'm gonna give the least controversial opinion of all time. I miss the days where I could just have one streaming service and watch everything I wanted. But no, not anymore. Well, a lot of big companies make a lot of money off of subscription services. Monetization is like an interesting thing to talk about in games. There's so many different options. And so many horrible options. You can ruin a game with monetization really easily. A ton of games do it. They just destroy their games with horrible monetization. The whole battle pass system's like fine, but a lot of games make it suck, and in-game purchases are always a problem. Although sometimes, okay, Fortnite did it pretty well. We did a podcast. Yeah, we did. It's up there somewhere on the internet. Somewhere. Yeah, Fortnite did pretty well. Unfortunately, they popularized the whole battle pass system and like in-game cosmetic purchases. Like, it wasn't that bad when they did it. They did it well. But a lot of games, also loot boxes. Oh man, TF2 did it first, but no one really super caught on. And then Overwatch did. And ruined it for everyone. They didn't have to. They didn't have to. A TF3 win never, okay? Valve cannot count to 3. It's impossible. Okay. Back to what I was doing. So this works. That's awesome. Okay, jump input. When it started, RB dot add force. I need jump force. Probably get Team Fortress Alex. I sure hope not. I think that would be horrible. I think that'd be really bad, actually. Public float jump force public float low jump grab molt public float coyote time public float, just that. I'm just gonna put these for right now. Okay. I also need to set the input buffer. It's okay. Valve thinks it goes 1, 2, Alex. I'm kind of surprised that Half-Life Alex ever got made. Like, that's the first game that Valve has released since Artifact, I think. And Artifact bombed hard. Artifact just died. I don't know why, honestly. I haven't done too much research into it, but it just bombed so hard. What is your problem? Times vector 2 data. Cool. Okay. Valve probably just forgot to actually research the modern gaming space for making it. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know anything about it, honestly, so. I'm not moving. 100. Ah. What? 100? 200. Wait. 200. 300. These are not going up in... Hi, not moving. Shut your mouth, old man. Okay, well this works. The jump force at 300. I kinda hate that. But that's okay. Takes a vector 2, so that's a float. If I just multiply this by like 10 and then go in here and then change this to like 35, 30, that works. I don't like working with super big numbers in editor. I don't know why. It's just like a preference that I have. Alright, the player can jump. Now they can jump infinitely. That's a problem. You can't see because the background is all the same color, but we're going up. We're moving up. Okay. The jump happens. That's good. Now we gotta deal with the movement. Okay. You should not, when working with Unity, you should not make physics updates in the update function. It tends to mess with things. So if you're dealing with something like this, what you want to do is you want to set a value. So this gets set every frame that we're pressing it. Every frame. These events happen every frame. But only when something's pressed. So whenever I press horizontal input, which is A or D, or the D-pad, or the left joystick, then this gets called. If I press space or W, that gets called. And whenever I let go of those keys, this gets called. Whenever I press S, this gets called. Whenever I let go of S, this gets called. So this only happens once a frame. This gets set every frame that I'm touching it. And then fixed update happens every 0.2 seconds. If you actually do time.fixed delta time, this actually equals 0.2. This is gonna error, but this equals 0.2. These are the same values. What actually happens if I try to set this? What happens? Nothing. That's weird. Okay, these are the same value. So this, we're just going to rb.velocityx. They added this in Unity 2023. You used to have to do velocity equals new vector 3, or wait, no, it's a vector 2. And then set the values here. But now you can just access the internal variable, which is the velocity x, which is very nice. I'm glad they added that. Okay. Just gotta set this to murder times max move speed times time dot fixed delta time. Give it a moment. Okay. I set it to 0. Let's just go like 10. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You see, I don't have... What is this color? I don't have anything in the scene, so I have no point of reference. So I've actually no idea if I'm moving fast or moving at all. So we're just gonna put this in the scene up here. So now we move around. We're going to... I still didn't set the value. Gosh, darn it. We're moving very slowly. 100. Now we're moving at a reasonable pace. We're moving around, it's happening. And now we can jump and move. Look at us go. Alright. And now I need to... First of all, I'm gonna multiply this by 10 because I don't like working with big numbers in editor because I'm a weirdo. And then I always like to do interpolation whenever you do this. So interpolating changing values is weird because you can't really lerp it. You can, but it doesn't work properly. things just don't work properly. So the way that lerp works, I'm just gonna open MS Paint. That works. So the way that lerp works is you have a value. I cannot do this. Open concept. Don't save. We're swapping views again. There we go. Tablet screen. Awesome. You can't really see me. Hi, I'm behind my mic. It's okay. So the way that lerp works is you have a value A, you have a value B. So lerp takes in a value A, value B, and then value T. So T is the interpolation. So I'm just gonna draw a line here. So you have on one side of this, we have the value of A and the value of B, and then T is how far along this line is. So T is always a value, or should always be a value, between 0 and 1. And when it equals 0, it equals B. So this is T equals 0. And this is T equals 1. So let's say that T equals 0.5. So if T equals 0.5, then it's going to be directly in the center. So I'm just going to grab a calculator app. So let's say that A equals, so if we just say that A equals like 8 and then B equals 16, then lerp would be, which is linear interpolation, lerp would equal 12 if T equaled 0.5. Which, to find that, I think would just be 8 minus 16. That's, it would be 16 minus 8. And then times T, which is 0.5. And then we're going to add 8, which is A, plus the value, the interpolated, or the value of T times the difference between these two. So you get 12. And that's what lerp is. Alright, swap back. There we go. Okay, lerp is really simple, but when you have something moving, then you're not going to get an accurate value of T. Because, so, if I were to lerp it here, wait, yeah, so, dot velocity x equals matha, which is just a library, dot lerp. We can just do, if we were to do rb dot velocity x and then max move speed and then move interp times time dot delta time move interp times time dot delta time. Could probs get back to my classes. Alright. Good luck. Have fun. Thanks for joining. Okay, maximum speed, enter. Yeah, so if we were to do this, then as this T value increases, which this lerp function specifically, Lethal Company tonight. Which one are you? Who are you? Just DM me on Discord. Sure. Don't actually say your name in chat, please. Don't say your name. Okay. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna guess it starts with a D and ends with a D. Okay, okay. It was a good guess. It's a good guess. Alright. Dad? You finally got the milk? So, this is going to add the move interp value that we set times time.delta time. Whoop, they should be fixed. Delta time. Which this is just the time in between each fixed update, which is 0.2 seconds. So when add this to this value, which we're also setting this value, so it's going to keep adding to this and then move towards this. It's not going to actually be linear. That's the problem. It's going to be, I think, a root function, which is like this, and it kind of like tops off. It starts approaching some value. Or not quite approaching some value. That would be a e to the x, I think. Relevant. Yeah, this is going to change that. So instead what we need to do is 0. Problem with that is that if we change direction, then it's going to immediately carry our speed over to the other direction. So I'm going to show what happens here. Let's just comment this out, and then maximum speed times 10. Fix the yeah, awesome. Where are you? 0.02. I made a mistake. Somewhere. Ah. Yep. Alright. Moved her times. This should be right. I was right, you conniving bastard. I just got that Discord message. Alright. So if I could show what actually happens here. It still doesn't work. Why? Why? Oh wait, Max. Nope, that should be right. Right? Maybe. What's the problem here? No, I'm so silly. Yeah, I need to set a float value. No, not in here. I'm just gonna set it right here. Just to show what I mean. Okay, float interp t value equals 0. Okay. And then we're going to set interp t value equals or plus equals this. And then we're just going to set this here. And then make sure it's not above 1. If interp t value is less than 1. Okay. There we go. So we're accelerating, but now we're stuck. We're super fast. But we're stuck at being super fast instead of interpolating between the two directions. So what you gotta do is you gotta actually check. So if it's less than 1, and you gotta have a separate if statement, or group of if statements. For the move direction, it's greater than 0, then you gotta do one thing. If it's less than 0, you gotta do something else. I'll explain that all in a moment, but just bear with me. Okay, we're gonna need some bools here too. This is a horribly cursed way of doing this, but I'm doing this to explain the point. Ignore the programming, just listen to the concept. Alright, has set value equals false. Okay. I'm gonna change all this in a moment. So, Bear, just calm down. Your grimy paws out of this. Okay, so if it's greater than 0, then you gotta do this. We actually need it to be the starting value, not even paying attention. That's for the best. That's for the best. If has set value L, wait, if not has not set value. If has not set value. Okay, this is cursed. Wait, I'm not programming this right. This is so bad. This is like the hardest part of starting a platformer, is figuring out how to move left and right properly. I had another test project. Okay, I'm referencing my own code. Give me a moment. Where are you? Oh, Unity projects. You. Okay. And the player. This is what I did here. Let's see. Okay. Where am I setting this? Ah. Yes. This is how blur functions work. I think I might just steal this code. It's mine. No one can stop me. Okay. I think I can change this. If movedir does not equal context dot read value float. That's not right. Come on. Then I need to figure out. Okay, then I can set the starting value. Starting value equals rb dot velocity x. And I need to set the move there. Okay, and then if it does equal it, that's fine, but that's not gonna be right for controllers. Yes, it will. It'll be fine. Okay, so the starting value. Setting mover. I need move interp time. Just add move acceleration time. Acceleration time. How did I do this? What? Okay. Start velocity. Move time elapsed. I'm just gonna yoink all of this. This was done properly. This is horrible. Okay. Alright, I'm committed to doing it this way. Committed to doing it the way that I want to. Okay, I need to change the name of this. Actually, no, I don't. It's fine. I'll change it later. Okay. Plus equals this. That's good. And then movement or value. Divided by move acceleration time. Then I also need a move deceleration time. Move deceleration. I don't need this anymore. I just need these two. Now I have starting value. That needs to be starting value. And this is positive, yes. Actually, this is just fine. No. If movedir does not equal 0, then this is fine. And then if it does equal 0, then I gotta change it. I'll just get rid of this. And I actually need to decelerate, so I need to do the opposite of this. This is going to be deceleration time. And we're going to just starting value and 0. Okay, this should hopefully work. If it doesn't, then we'll figure that out. But basically, so what I'm doing here, I decoded a lot without explaining because I realized that I needed to actually focus on this. So the input t value, or interp t value, should actually be named like the time elapsed. So what this does is when the time elapsed equals 0, or like some fraction of 0, then it's going to be less than 1. It's just taking the percentage of this. So this is going to be from, it's just going to keep adding up. And then when these two equal, this value will be 1. And then the alert function is going to set the speed to the max speed. This is doing the same thing, but it's setting it to 0 when the deceleration time is finished. And then every time it changes, I also need to set the interp t value to 0, and then that should be okay. This should work in theory. In theory, everything works. In theory. In practice, theory rarely works. Whoa, okay. Oops. That's... Yep. Why are we so fast? That's not right. That's super not right. Why are we so fast? Okay. Okay. Alright. Set this to like 2 and 2. Let's just see if it works. It should work. Okay. And then it decelerates. So we're moving. That's good. But then we're immediately decelerating. I don't know why. So this is... But it doesn't equal 0. Yes. And then if it does... Why are you changing? What is happening? Okay. Why are we immediately decelerating? I'm just classic debugging. I'm setting a parameter. Decelerating. That is nice. Well, I think that's right. Probably. Accelerating. Okay. We're still accelerating. I didn't spell it right, but that's okay. What? Okay, now let's print the starting value. What's the problem? Oh, that's what happens. Oops. Yeah, I need to change that a little bit. And then do that. Yep. Alright, there we go. So now, the problem was, it was reaching 1. So this says, like, when the interp value, which is the time elapsed, is less than 1, then execute this code. So it would reach 1. Oh wait, this isn't right. This shouldn't be 1. This should be move acceleration time. It should be move acceleration time. Nope. Probably before. Then set this to move acceleration time. Otherwise, set it to the deceleration time. This should work. This should work better. That is not right. There we go. This should hopefully work better. I'm currently working on player movement. I did not change that. We're not working on designing the game. We did that earlier. Okay. I need to... I'm moving too fast. gotta set triangles everywhere. I don't know where I'm going. Just need some marker to actually see how fast I'm going. Let's set the move speed to like 5. It's half that. That should work better. Oop, okay. And I actually want to print RB dot velocity x. First of all, this is like the acceleration and deceleration I think is working. Let me just double check that. It feels like it's working, but I just need to make sure that it's actually working. Yes, that's good. And now it's decelerating. Awesome. I set the like time to accelerate and decelerate like super high just for testing purposes, but so this is working. I know that this is working, so I can get rid of these. Don't need those anymore. It totally works! That's awesome! This is like 0.2. Let's set this to like 0.4. So now you're pretty quick on your feet, like you can go back and forth very fast. Why'd you stop my music, YouTube? Okay, there we go. Awesome. Alright. And then I just need to test the deceleration. It's like 0.3, and let's actually set this like I probably want the player to stop on a dime, like pretty fast. Yeah. So like move a little bit, but yeah, pretty much a stop. Yeah, it totally works. Nice. Okay. So this whole system's working. I'm going to extract this into a function and rename all of these. Not into value. Let's change this. Let's rename this. Rename. Movement. Quick movement. Time elapsed. Then rename this as movement. RB. Just movement velocity X. Velocity X starting value. Movement lerp time elapse. Yeah, I think that works better. Alright, let's extract this all into a function. And extract method. Move horizontal movement. Basic movement? E. Basic horizontal input. That works. That works for me. Okay, basic horizontal input. Next up is... I could also extract these. Oh man, I could. Basic horizontal movement acceleration. That is a long name. How about we just change that to movement acceleration? And then I'm going to name this movement deceleration. Movement deceleration. I should rename this. Oh man. You see, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. So I want it to look good. I want all of my code to look beautiful and elegant, clean. Clean code is gonna make me a slower programmer for a while. That's okay though, because I'll be a better programmer. My code will look better. Accelerate movement. Accelerate. Yeah. Velocity X. Velocity X. Let's decelerate velocity X. Rename. Decelerate. Alright, I'm happy with this. I'll stop touching the function names. Oh. Ugh. Next up on the list, so that's done. That's awesome. Movement acceleration slash deceleration. What? Why is there's only one C? Who made the English language and why? Deceleration isn't spelled like acceleration. There's only one C. Because no one knows, man. It's so silly. Why? I should change all of my names. Rename. Yes. Okay. Now I'm done. What are you on about? Oh no. You just took Luigi's hat, man. there ain't no deeper meaning. Also, just so you know, if you scroll down in the screen for the stream, how else did he get it? He took the hat. He just took it off him. Luigi's letting him borrow it. If you didn't know, you can scroll down from the stream, and then there'll be a little extension, a little widget called Stream Avatars. And if you're chatting, like actively chatting, then you get a little stream avatar, like CVB555. Then my little guy's there, Kirby. Yeah, it's a fun little bit. Okay. Back to what we were doing. Alright, did that. So we can do the jump. We have a jump right now. It works. It technically works. What? Okay, wait a minute. What's happening? What? Side attempt for players not valid. Input velocity is nan? What? What are you doing, man? What? What's happening? I don't love that. I super don't love that. Why is this happening? Technically working is the best kind of working? I disagree. One moment. Oh my goodness. My little brother thinks it's funny. We have a shared wall. He's knocking on the shared wall. Oh, that's the problem. Wait. Starfield can hear that super loud for me. Okay, I think the problem is... It's... Wait, no, that wouldn't be a problem. What's happening? Why is this happening? It's not valid. Velocity X is nan. Okay, well, when you don't know what's happening, you can always just copy it. And then type it into Google, and then someone will tell you. It's so weird. Okay. Again, this is what being a real game dev is. Looking through the Unity forums. Or Stack Overflow. Stack Overflow is the real one. Let's look over here. Okay. No, real devs just make their own forums that copy those two sources into one. He's a genius! What? Why is this getting set to 0? What? Is that what's happening? It should be fine. Let me just print this. Movement. It's not happening with this one. It's only happening with this. Divided by acceleration or deceleration time. Okay. I do actually have to go. But I will be back Sunday. I'm not gonna have a stream this Thursday because I have an appointment that I have to go to. But this Sunday I will, at 1 p.m. PST, 4 p.m. EST, I will be back. But thank you very much for watching. Catch you guys later. Goodbye.